Greetings, redheads. Greetings, redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of your favorite show, the one, the only Reds View. Of course, I am your gracious host, the one and only J Red. Do me a favor, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/@RedsView. All right. Also, hit the like button, hit the share button, all that stuff. So, we got some stuff to talk about. Okay. We got some stuff to address. Finesse2tymes, I need you to come here. I need you to come to the front. All right. So this is about Layzie Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. And you see, I got my Bone Thug hoodie on right here. I got a red. For those who don't know, I'm probably the biggest Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. I have an interview with Crazy Bone on this channel. I have a song with Layzie Bone, and you know that's my favorite group of artists ever. So that's that. But let's talk about this. So Layzie Bone checks Finesse2tymes. Layzie Bone G checks Finesse2tymes. Now, J Red, what on earth are you talking about? How does Finesse2tymes and Layzie Bone, what's going on? All right, so basically, Finesse2tymes got upset that Bone Thugs in Harmony allegedly charged him like what $40,000 to clear a sample. Let me go ahead and play you the video of how this all got started. Okay. So this is Finesse2tymes, and I like Finesse2tymes. I like some of his music. What I like about him, he's not one of these mumble rappers. He actually, can spit a little bit. I'm not saying I'm a big fan, but I like some of his songs. So let's listen to how this all got started.
Hey, just come to think about it, real talk. Hey, come to think about it, real talk. 8 Bone Thugs in Harmony. Hey, bro. You know this song, bro? I performed It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie.
Now, what he's talking about, he did a freestyle over the Notorious Thug sample. I'm sorry. He did a freestyle over the Notorious Thug instrumental. And I think the feedback he got from it was so great that he wanted to maybe put that out as an official single. I don't know, but that's what he's talking about.
Hey, you had to see this shit I've been through. You might not believe me if I tell you. Man, the label said, y'all was trying to charge me $40,000 to clear this shit. Tell me this shit fell about your pocket, skinny man.
Okay, he said skinny man. That was funny. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, so that happened. And then let me show you Layzie's response to that. So Layzie represented for the team and responded saying this. Young man, I would like to I like what you did to the Bone and Biggie beat, but first off, we don't own the song. That's Biggie's song off his album, which is obvious. You would have had to go through Bad Boy. Secondly, I don't like ninjas calling me on my brother skinny, and he's laughing at that. Ain't no checking going on over here, flat out. So he's saying ain't no checking, but this last sentence kind of feels that way. Thirdly, young man, if you want to have longevity in this business like Bone, slow down on them drugs and get you a team to help you understand and navigate the business. We grown and too old for drama. Check yourself, young grasshopper. Now, in Finesse2tymes fashion, because he be trolling and stuff, he didn't like that and had a response to it. Now, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it's a lot of profanity, and I like to keep my channel monetized and the video monetized. So let me show you Finesse2tymes what his response was. All right, fair use, fair use.
Which Bone is here? Which one of the Bones said this shit? The real Layzie Bone. Man, your motherfucker gonna have a real Layzie Bone. You bullshitting with the wrong one. And get you a team to help you understand and navigate the business. We grown and too old for drama. Check yourself, grasshopper. You ain't last.
All right, so he about to say you ain't lasted this long, all this stuff, and he was calling him MFers and all kind of stuff, just being disrespectful. All right. So what Layzie did, this is how he G-checked him. All right. Layzie Bone G-checked Finesse2tymes in the most proper, grown man, polite way that he could. All right. So this is what Layzie posted on his Instagram. On Layzie's Instagram. So
some money went got me a pack, got it off and right back and read up. I'm the man with the plan.
So this right here, this is the song that he freestyled over.
I was behind it all. They screaming federal fed, but I ain't been behind them walls. I never get cocky when I'm getting money, cause you can rise and fall.
All right, so he posted that, and then this is what Layzie said. Let's nip this in the bud now. This flow was hard. as F. This guy right here is focused and looks healthy and very deliberate about what he's doing. In my opinion, this guy right here is not the same guy that's doing all this talking on the internet. The guy that's talking seems to me like he's not as healthy, feels like he's going through something, discombobulated and confused. I understand. So I'm saying if you need any help or advice navigating through this game, Finesse2tymes, I'm here for you. I don't know you, you don't know me, but from one G to another, I want to see you rise, not fall. You're talented. Get back to that. If you're acting, good ass job. But on some thug love, help is close. Where's your team? No ego over here, no problems, just solutions. You got this, champ. You know? So this was very solid. Got a lot of good feedback from the industry. D1, apply to him. 8Ball, apply to him. Just other celebrities and stuff like that, right? But then Finesse2tymes responded, being disrespectful again. And I think he called him like Afro Thunder or something like that. So the last thing that Layzie said, let me look. He posted this last night and said, wise men ignore ignorance. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, enough said, no more attention shall be given to attention seekers. Silence is golden, you know? So first of all, salute to Layzie for, not falling into the drama and the BS. He tried to approach it in the best way possible, but Finesse2tymes was being disrespectful. So first off, like Layzie said, Bone doesn't even own the song, all right? So Finesse2tymes gets mad that Bone Thugs want to charge $40,000 to use their song as a sample. First, Notorious Thugs, the one that you rapped over, Bone don't own it. Like Layzie said, you would have had to have went through Bad Boy for that clearance. Now, Bone still does have a final say-so because they were listed as writers, so it has to get approved by them. When you've written on a track and you're a rapper, if you got your publishing and everything together, as an artist, you have to approve it. Whoever was on the song, and then you get your money. But the first thing I thought about when I saw this was drugs. Part of me was thinking that it's some drugs that Finesse2tymes is on. The other part is he trying to just troll? He seems like he's the new Soldier Boy, like trolling on the internet, seeming like he's going out of his mind, but in a way, this is like content. He's been doing this for the past several weeks, so that's what I thought. It was just attention seeking. But other than that, $40,000. Let's say that was the case. $40,000. Now, I'm not saying that people can just have $40,000 to spare, and everybody got $40,000, but to clear a sample, that's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap, And my thing is this: if these rappers these days all claim to have came from the hood, the trap, they were moving bricks, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk about money, flashing money, but you can't afford $40,000 to clear a sample, and you're lucky that it was just 40,000. Sample clearances can be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, just depending on who you are, what the song is. So I looked at the $40,000 price tag, and I'm just like, that don't, like, I don't think that somebody would trip off of that, because I've heard horror stories about how much sampling is. You know what I'm saying? Some people just be like, well, damn it, it costs that much, we ain't even gonna put it out. But 40K, you really tripping over that? On top of that, the disrespect to the legends. See, the thing is, the OGs get such a hard time if they don't like the new music and the new rappers and stuff like that. But when you got somebody like Layzie who gently G-checked them, it was just hey, I'm a grown man. That's still your elders. You know what I'm saying? When your elder come and approaches you and tries to lay it out to you and be respectful, saying, hey, it look like you're going through something. I don't want no smoke with you, from one G to another. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, or if you're acting, good ass job, but I ain't with the drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather y'all collaborate. How about collaborate with Layzie? You could have approached it like that, but the disrespect that the newer artists give our OGs is the reason a lot of the OGs don't mess with the newer artists. The disrespect that these new rappers give to the OGs is one of the causes of the division. I would love to see Bone and Finesse2tymes rap over a trap beat. Wouldn't that go hard? Maybe if Finesse2tymes would have approached it on some, hey, why don't we just collab? They may not have charged you anything. I don't know. But part of me felt like this is drugs. You know, like Finesse2tymes may popping pills or something like that. The other part is he's trolling, because this is what it looks like to me. But regardless, I'm glad that Layzie responded in the manner that he did, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get involved with this, because it's not going to help him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feeding into the drama is just gonna, it's just gonna elevate Finesse2tymes, and you don't want to do that. So I don't know. Part of me just feel like Finesse was just trolling to get attention. Other part is drugs. And I'm like, I don't know. But it's good that Layzie was mature enough to respond to this and then not do another rap beef. We don't want another Bone versus Migos or Layzie Bone versus Migos, because Layzie wasn't that mature a while ago. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to be competitive as an MC. But this just, to disrespect a legend like Layzie and Bone Thugs, all you had to do was pick up the phone and call him. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do was reach out and see what it is. But my thing is, it's 40K. That's the price. That's the price. But who did you talk to? Who did you talk to? Because obviously Layzie probably didn't even know about it. It's like, that's not their song. So if anything, you should be hollering at Bad Boy. But Diddy is in jail. But who's ever handling Bad Boy, that's who you should have went to. But this wasn't the manner to do it, Finesse2tymes. But like I said, I think that this was just, just him trolling, or the drugs. Either one, either it was the trolling or he's popping pills on some drugs or just whatever. But I'm glad that Layzie approached it in this manner. Bone are legends, and we need to treat them as such. And I just think that was a messed up way to approach this situation. And you tripping about $40,000. All these rappers claim to have all this money and balling and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But you can't afford $40,000 to clear a damn sample. Come on, man. Come on, man. So respect the legends, respect Bone. All right. You got to do that. But y'all let me know in the comments what you think about that. And I'm glad that Layzie is ignoring him now, because that's a mature thing to do. Hey, man, I can see either one or two things. You either on drugs or you trolling. And I don't want to be, I don't want no part of that. So I'm going to just do the grown man thing and move on to bigger and better things, because you're just going to keep adding fuel to the fire, and it's just going to be back and forth. We ain't finna see each other in real life. It ain't no real smoke. And if that person is going through mental issues, what do I look like going back and forth with them as an OG? Layzie did his part, responding in the manner that he did. So now it's time to move on. And excuse me. Now it's time to move on. And I'm really glad that he did. All right, now make sure that you subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/@RedsView. All right. Matter of fact, it's going across your screen right now. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/@RedsView. Make sure you do that. Now let me move on, man.